What's up, guys? It's your boy Malcolm Eugene, and in lieu of certain events going on in the world, I'm gonna bring you guys this particular kind of video. I wasn't really expecting to make this kind of video, but it seems to be a very, very serious issue, at least according to, well, everybody that's going crazy right now. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am not a doctor, but best practices are essential to staying safe. So let's get into this. This video is basically going to be about how to protect yourself as a photographer, as a filmmaker, when out there shooting events in 2020, at least events that have not been canceled. So let's get into it by first talking about how this contagion, that's what I'm going to call it, this contagion, how it spreads.
The infection spreads when you put your hand or whatever body part on a surface that hasn't been properly sanitized or cleaned. Basically any kind of contaminated surface, that's one way to get infected, because a lot of people have the habit of touching their face. Even when they don't mean to, they end up touching a surface, touching their face, and next thing you know, they are getting infected. The other way is with human interaction with people who have been infected already. So there will either be coughing, sneezing, people who talk and spit when they talk. I know they don't mean to, but people who spit when they talk, that can also land on your face, in your eye, wherever. And that's another way, and the most common way that this infection has spread amongst the community.
So I'm going to try to give you a few tips on how to combat these things, especially when you're out in the field and you are out there shooting events, at least within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully this doesn't last longer than the next month, hopefully, because so far 2020 has been canceled. And first things first, wash your hands. As a matter of fact, yeah, wash your hands with soap and water. And I'm not talking about just strictly using hand sanitizer, actually using soap and water. Because using hand sanitizer, even though kills the virus, you are usually just wiping your hands and not rinsing them clean of anything that is already on your hands. Where using soap and water, not only are you killing the virus, you are actually rinsing it off of your hands. So your hands are becoming essentially more clean, more sanitary, if you will. Not saying don't use hand sanitizer, because there's a place for it. You're not always going to be next to a restroom or a sink, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So hand sanitizer has its place, but it should not be the sole thing that you use when trying to combat this type of contagion. The next thing, sterilize your equipment. You would want to use wipes that are going to contain about 60% alcohol to kind of, sterilize different parts of the camera. Definitely the eyepiece, because this is a piece that you do hold up really, really close to your face, the screen. I know a lot of photographers are not going to want to shoot live view, so definitely make sure you are sterilizing the eyepiece. Of course, the lens and other parts that you may need in other pieces of equipment. Another very important piece to sterilize would be the microphone, whether it's a lav mic, like what I have right here, or a shotgun mic. Woohoo! The next thing you can do is wear a mask. Now, there's a couple of things about wearing masks. If you are sick, wear a mask to prevent getting other people sick. And if you're not sick, wear a mask to prevent getting sick from people who are sick. Stay clear. This won't protect you from anything, so don't even think this is protecting you from anything. Surgical mask, they say that surgical masks aren't really the best for protecting against this particular type of infection, but if you're able to get your hands on a mask rated N95, that's more of like a thicker material, if you will, that's going to block a lot more of the contaminants in the air that would initially infect you. Now, don't think that just wearing a mask is going to protect you from getting infected, because it can get in your eyes, it can get in a multitude of different places that can also infect you. So wear a mask as a precaution if need be, but it is not an end-all be-all. So keep that in mind. So it's one of those things where do whatever is best for you. If you feel like wearing a mask is going to protect you from getting infected with this contagion, then definitely do so. If not, then, as I said, you're an adult, be an adult, make better decisions as an adult. So let's get into the very last thing, and it's probably the most important. If the event isn't necessary, so basically, if you're not getting paid to be there, or if the event hasn't been canceled already, you probably shouldn't go. I know people are really trying to break into the industry and they're really trying to build up their portfolio, but doing these big event projects might not be the time for that with how the health is going with this contagion around the world. So definitely, if you don't need to be at an event, then definitely don't do it. That's my biggest recommendation. If you are sick, please stay home. It doesn't matter if it is the flu. It does not matter if it is this flu. Stay home, get better. Try not to get people sick, because I feel like if you're sick and you know you're sick, you don't want to be out there getting other people sick. So please have the common courtesy to stay home if you are one of the people who is actually sick. If you have any passion projects that you would like to do, go out there and do some shoots, some solo shoots. But being around other people, I would definitely keep that to a very, very bare minimum unless you really, really needed to. If you were getting paid by the event or by an artist, if you're shooting a concert or anything like that, and they are not going to cancel, yeah, it's business. I understand. And you can follow these tips to make sure that you are completely safe out there. But if not, stay home, watch anime, and eat freaking Cheetos. Not sponsored. My name is Malcolm Eugene. This video was very unexpected. I kind of didn't want to make it, but I've got to go to freaking Walmart and get some toilet paper. Peace. What's up, guys? Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I'm posting next.